Right, you're eating soap. Let's go.
What? It is Supernanny Saturday, and this week we are watching the Tafoya Family. So let's grab our beverages and dive in.
James, he's just a tornado.
He's everywhere. James is very aggressive. He can lie with the best of them.
You're lying.
Why are you lying to me?
Oh, it looks like this one likes to lie all the time. That's a no-no.
The first issue we have is lying. Now, most children will begin lying around the age of 2. By age 4, 70% of children will lie sometimes. So this is not a reflection on moral development, but research suggests that how we respond to the lying will play a big part in their future.
Tyler is a carbon copy of James.
When they go over to their friend's house, they have a tendency to play the teen games or the M for mature games.
These video games are too old for them.
I'm sorry, what? Did the dad just say that they tend to play mature video games when they're at their friends? Who's in charge here? The children or the adults?
Ryan is twice as bad as his older brothers. For discipline, we do everything. You're inside for 5 minutes.
No.
Sometimes I think that Jimmy's a little bit too harsh.
Go. You bad boy. Let's go. Come on. Sit down.
That's like a prison guard.
I said don't do that. I have to try and get them under control to help her because she's pulling her hair out. Had enough. See, that's what happens when you're bad.
Did you hear that? He's 2, not 12, not 5, not 7, and he's being directed and ordered. It's gonna be a rough one.
I just want control of my kids. I want to learn how to be a better mom. Because I completely and totally think that every last bit of my kid's behavior has everything to do with the way my husband and I raised him.
Supernanny, please come. We're desperate.
This is serious. You guys need my help. I'm on my way.
All the claps, all the fireworks, all the jazz hands for admitting, you know what I'm doing isn't working and I need help. We all need help in certain areas because no one's good at everything, but everyone's good at something. And the first piece of advice I would give mom and dad is to be careful when it comes to identity. We help as caregivers create our children's identity. And when we call our kids a liar, a brat, a bad boy, the child is going, oh, that's who I am.
It's sad, but in today's world, kids are not always safe in their own neighbourhood. So when the kids decided to play video games at a neighbour's house and mum and dad didn't really care, it was up to me to keep them out of harm's way. But this one's got M on it. It was M rating for mature.
I'll kill you. Come on.
This is a hard one, and I really think it's such a gray area, and you have to have a very close pulse on what your child understands and then what your child is just not capable of understanding. Just because we explain something to a child does not mean they fully understand it. So I'll give an example that I had. When I was a teenager, I thought that it would be cool to go on the roof with my friends and jump off of the roof into the pool below. Now, at that time, the only thing that stopped me from jumping from the roof into the pool was the fact that I was terrified, if something happened, that my parents would find out about it. It's because at that time, my brain wasn't developed enough to understand the depth of consequences, and children are so vulnerable to this, and it's our job as caregivers to protect them.
The boys were aggressive, and I knew that the video games had contributed towards that, but I knew there must be other underlying reasons.
Are you done?
Their behaviour.
No, I'm gonna walk upstairs to make sure you go to the bathroom. If you don't go to the bathroom, I'm gonna beat your ass. Watch.
I just love how Joe Frost calls it out. There are underlying things besides just the video games. Dad just said, if you don't go to the bathroom, I'm gonna beat your... What's there to say? You get it.
Of course, the older boys started fighting. this time Dad was watching too.
You didn't push him? Did you push him? He threw him? Come on, let's go. Go to the corner. Let's go. I'm tired of your attitude. James has a very big problem with lying. He lies to cover up a lie that is a lie.
I don't know why I lie, I just do.
My heart just breaks because do you hear how he has already identified himself as a liar? The shame in his voice when he goes, I lie and I don't know why. I want to reach inside the screen and go, baby, everybody lies. Even I lie. What? Yes, everyone lies and it doesn't make it right. Do you know why people lie? Because they do something that they know they shouldn't have done, and then they don't want to face the consequence to that action. And sometimes they do that action and it's impulsive. They don't even know how it happened. Like their brain wasn't able to catch up and stop their body. And other times they make that decision and then they just don't want to face that consequence. And lying affects relationships because I want more than anything to believe you. And when you're honest with me, we build trust. And I want you to be able to come to me when you make a decision that you knew wasn't great, but you can come to me and I can help you through it. So let's talk about what happened. Now, this conversation is not happening right away. Remember that times of conflict, it's not the time to talk to your child. So when one kid hits another kid, you don't even need to figure out who hit what. You don't even need the details. Don't even ask them any questions. You just go, I need for both of you to go to your rooms and then we will talk about it. That's it. Just separate them. It's my job to keep you safe. I understand you both have things that you want to tell me. We will talk about it. We need to all separate so that everybody can be safe. So this is the time you're talking about it, is like after that little break when everybody is a little bit more calm. And then just give your child some space to talk about it without any shame. Go, what was happening? Oh, well, we were playing this game and he stole my avatar and I told him that I didn't want him to have that one, or whatever it is. And you go, wow, that sounds frustrating, right? Lean in, listen. It doesn't mean that you're saying it's okay, their behavior. You're saying it's okay, their feelings. Let them talk to you. Go, wow, that was so frustrating. And then you told him to stop and he didn't. No, I told him like 5 times, Mom. 5 times. I'm sure by the 3rd time you were frustrated. Then you said it 5 times. Oh, so what did you do? Well, so then I hit him. And then what happened? Well, then you came in and you made me go to my room, and it's not fair because I told him to stop. Yeah, I totally get why you would feel like it's not fair. Okay. And then you go, it sounds like you were having trouble and your solution to that trouble actually made things worse for you, didn't it? Because then you had a consequence. You didn't want to have to go to your room. Do you want me to help you with how to work things out with your brother so that you don't ever feel the need to push him? Because that's a skill. Yeah. So you already served your consequence. You sat in your room. Let's work on that. Let's go downstairs together. Let's sit with your brother. And then when you start to get frustrated, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to help you guys work through conflicts because that's a skill.
Junior, that's disgusting and rude. That's not your plate. Are you gonna use that fork? Yeah. Don't do that. Shut up and eat. No, you threw it at me, so now how the hell are you gonna get it? You deal with it.
Jimmy's behaviour was so appalling, I didn't want to wait until the parents' meeting, so I sat him down straight away and confronted him.
Ooh, they're in trouble by Joe Frost. Thank goodness she's gonna sit down with them.
How important is it for you that you have a relationship with your boys?
That's very important because when I grew up, I was never given the chance to know my father until I was 14.
Do you want to be and deal with things with your boys that your dad never did with you?
Yes.
There's so much pain underneath his harsh behaviors to his kids, and this is going to take way more than just the visit with Joe Frost. I mean, we all could use therapy, but this trauma of his childhood to have this reaction. When we have these reactions where we go from 0 to 60, it's usually indicative of something that's in there underneath that iceberg of what we see on the outside. And we are going to look at an update of this family at the end. And I hope that it is a positive update.
It's your responsibility to look after your kids. Don't make your kids society's problem. The hitting, the punching. It's got to stop.
I don't pop the kids in the mouth that much, but I don't think so. I don't.
That much. That much. You think that you're warranted to be able to do that. That's okay for you to pop your kids in the mouth and treat them that way from their own parents, and then you wonder why they end up hitting other kids in the mouth.
Joe Frost coming in hot with her comment of, don't make your children society's problem. I had to clap for that because I am just in agreement wholeheartedly with this entire parent meeting. And there was a point when mom goes, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? Go to all the other people's homes and make sure they don't have the violent video games? Yeah. You are responsible for your children. You are responsible that they get exposed to age and developmentally appropriate stimuli. And if you have people in the neighborhood that don't agree with what you think is appropriate, then they don't go to those homes. Have them come to your house. Be the fun house. I'm a big proponent of that with my kids' friends. Come to my house. We have plenty of things here so that I can see from afar and make sure that everybody is doing just fine.
So you understand all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. The kids know what the rules are now. There are no excuses for them not to follow them. They're well aware of what's on the board.
With the rules established, it's now important for me to teach Mum the naughty step technique so she can properly enforce the rules she's just set up.
Can we please have the adults follow the rules too? We have it, no hitting, no yelling. We go over the naughty chair technique. Think of any classroom all over the world. What are they doing the first week of school? They're going over the rules, the procedures, and they're practicing. It's not like those kindergartners come in knowing how to line up, knowing how to raise their hand, knowing how to rotate through centers, and it's an exciting time. They usually have some kind of reward system, and they make sure that the reward system is achievable. It's something that they actually can do and they could reach, and they get excited and they're motivated, and we're a class family. And any of the rules and the consequences, they work best when it supports their learning. So, for example, when I was teaching middle school, you gotta be cool with middle schoolers, and you can't just be like rudimentary and very juvenile. So I had strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, like baseball. So let's say that my kids were not listening. I go, all right, strike 1, we need to focus. And then they still weren't listening. I'd say strike 2. I need you to pay attention to what I'm doing, not what's going on at your table. We're focusing. And then strike 3, I'd go, you know what? It seems like you're having trouble focusing. I'm just going to move you to a table where you can focus better, or I need to move you away from this friend. It wasn't a mean thing. It was just to help me help you. We are a team. We are a family.
So after I taught her how to use discipline correctly, we sent them all to a ceramic studio to put Mum to the test.
Don't drop that. It'll break. Put them on the table. I was really stressed out. I was worried what they were going to do, what they were going to say, how I was going to control them. No. Ryan, Mommy said no. Listen to me. If you don't stop touching, you're going to go on the naughty step, okay?
I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. Taking a 2-year-old to the ceramic store, and not just the 2-year-old, but let's also take the 5-year-old and the 7-year-old and no other adult, just one adult. Like you're supposed to just, I feel like sometimes on the show, they put the parents in these very, very difficult situations just to get the footage. And I just think it's unfair to the children. If you're trying to mirror this in your life, you want to be able to take your 2-year-old to a ceramic store. Go with just them at first. Don't bring other children so that you could be with them and you can guide them on certain items that they can touch and not touch. And then if you're saying no to everything, they're a kid. The child is 2. Am I wrong? This is whatever. Let's move on.
So I've come up with an exercise for James and Tyler that's going to help them work as a tag team.
All right, we're good to go.
Their legs are going to be tied together, so climbing this wall is definitely going to be a joint effort.
There you go. Good job you guys are doing. Oh my goodness.
Good, huh?
Look at them.
Good footwork there.
All right. You guys did it.
Now, this is something I can definitely get on board with. This is diverting that energy into something positive, teaching the lesson of working together, lots of encouragement, the little brothers watching, just love it.
When Joe showed me the ratings for the video games, I didn't really like it because I used to be able to play teen games, but now I can't.
T for teen is out.
What? All the fun games are gone. I can't even play my favorite game.
You only got a couple years. It'll fly by, I promise you. Before you know it, you'll be 20 wishing you were 10 again, okay?
I would actually shift the focus of this conversation a little bit more to what you can have versus what you can't have. Think about it if you're trying to eat a little bit healthier. If somebody says, you can't have this, you can't have that, you're like, I can't have anything, right? You feel just like this kid. So look at your children and go, all right, we went over the different labels, what they all mean. We have 5 video games that are still within the acceptable and age-appropriate range. And we used to have 10 games. So who would like to fill in that gap of 5 new games that we can get that are appropriate for us? Then all of a sudden the focus is shifted on what you can have versus what you can't have. Okay, quick leftover pizza snack break. Does anybody else take the pizza and fold it over so it makes like a little sandwich?
Smell your own butt crack.
What did I just say to you?
Oh, nasty words.
And what did you do?
Said a nasty word.
Right, you're eating soap. Let's go. Open.
Are you insane? You've just put a toxin into your child's mouth.
Just a little bit. I didn't even do a whole pump.
I was just about to skip to the end because you know, at the end it gets a little bit repetitive. What are we doing? First of all, she squirt soap in the kid's mouth and then the kid swallowed it. And then Joe Frost calls it out and she's like laughing about it. This is funny? What? How is this at the end of the episode? How are we? Loss of words.
They were not giving me respect by saying nasty words.
It's not unconditional love then. So it's love on your terms.
Okay,
so
wait.
They get respect one day,
Hold
and they
the
get
boat.
respect another day.
Me
Is that what you're
putting
saying?
soap. That's
Respect.
you know what? Me putting soap in my kid's
How's that
mouth
respect?
has to do with if
How's
I
that
love
respect?
them. No, as far as I'm concerned, you can leave. All right.
How's that respect?
No.
How is this respect, Holly?
The interview's over.
How is this respect, Holly?
I do understand a little bit more as to why mom was so upset. It wasn't about the soap, and the soap is not okay. But the reason why she was so upset was because Joe Frost was attacking her character, saying that she doesn't love her children unconditionally, she loves them conditionally. And that made mom very upset. And I have to say, there are times when I watch Supernanny and it feels like she oversteps that boundary of attacking somebody's character rather than attacking the behavior itself. If you've been around long enough on Mommy Breakdown, you know that I post shorts and you might see comments. There was one just this past week where people will say, oh, that kid just needs a belt. Or my kids, they were always scared of me. Like they knew what was going to happen. And I really try to practice what I preach. I don't go back and attack this person's character. Instead, I just say something like, yeah, you know what? A belt could modify a child's behavior. And there's a way to modify their behavior without ever lifting a finger or raising your voice.
I'm not finishing the interview and I'm not doing her learning lessons with her because I don't want to learn anything else from her.
If you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do it. It's fine. There's not a damn thing I can do about it. I just took the whole day off for what?
But when it came down to it, I still had a couple unanswered questions from Joe.
What I had already taught her was better than her using soap. So I really needed to sit and talk to her.
It's a hug. Give us a hug. Come on, give us a hug.
Then they were hugging. They practiced a little bit more with the naughty chair. Let's see where the Tafoya family is now. Is this the dad? I see Dad, Mom, James, Tyler, Ryan. We know those names. And then I can't tell what that last name is, but you see in the picture, there's 3 boys and the little girl. Happy birthday, Pops. Ryan Tafoya. Ryan Tafoya. That's one of the boys. It doesn't say what happened. Happy birthday, Jimmy. The kids and I are all thinking of you. I hope your day is special up there. I know you're with her today, Jimmy. What? Somebody else died too? What? This is so confusing. I feel like I need to go back to the beginning of this page and see. Oh, wait. Yes, that's her. That's the mom. That's the same person. Let's keep going. Okay, this is the beginning. So this was created in September of 2021. Let's all take a moment to remember that this is indeed a television show and it is just a small snippet of their lives. We use Supernanny on this channel as a jumping off point to discuss discipline techniques, but I do want to send my condolences to the family and peace and love, and I will see you all next week.